Hello and welcome back to Reddit League, Season 3, Week 10 in Bolivia. This is what it all comes down to, and I'll show you why here. The face cam should be just high enough so that you can sort of still see what's going on here. I'm still in first. I did lose against Verdok last week, as we saw in the video already, but I did get bonus point, just about. I was 6th, and I pretty much only got the bonus point because Radox didn't play the other legs, the other division seeds. I mean, sorry. So he didn't know about the repeat location in them. Otherwise, he would have been about 600 points. He would have had about 600 points more, and he was about 500 points behind me. So that's lucky. Nevertheless, I did get the bonus points, which means I'm now at 25. And it also means with Cameron on 22 and with my better score difference, if I win this game, I'm promoted. Unless Cameron pulls off an insane win with multiple thousands of point difference against Verdok, which I don't see happening, but maybe. Or, he gets a bonus point for a perfect score, which I don't see happening either. That's more unlikely, than like 10,000 score difference against Verdok, I think. I mean, I don't know our seed yet, obviously, but pinpointing in Bolivia, not the easiest thing. I'll talk about that after the game, though, when I discuss the other seeds. This week, I'm playing against Ice, and it's not going to be an easy game. As you can see, there is his total score is the second highest in the division. And if he wins, this is all going to get a lot closer, because I also kind of expect Verdok to win against Clyde. They're playing against each other. Although Bolivia, it's a bit, yeah, it's a country. Verdok's a bit hit and miss with countries, more so than with world maps. I expect Chicago to win, which would put him at 27, me at 25 or 26, Clyde at 23 or 22, Verdok at 23, and Ice at 22. And then it's stressful, because then a win in the last week becomes necessary. And I want to avoid that as much as possible. So just easy week, easy game. Let's just win. Or at least get a bonus point. Like if I get 24-8 something and Ice beats me, then fair play. Like he deserves to win, and I'll take my bonus point, hopefully. But like my target is to, for the first time ever, get above 24-9. And it's definitely doable, as we'll see later. Well, I can tell you about that right now. I had, of the other 4 division seeds, I got above 24-9 in 2 of them. I think it was the Division 1 and the Division 5 seed. So, given that I've already gotten it above it in the Division 1 seed, I know the time limit isn't necessarily the problem. The locations might be. I did have, I think it was 1 or 2 locations in the middle of nowhere that I haven't had before in the other seeds. And then it's just a matter of, will you go the right way and find the information, or will you not? And I'm a specialist at not doing that. And I think that's just about everything. I practiced a shitload. I think I counted it to 117 games, most of them non-moving, of course. Like 117 games 117 games moving would be crazy, because that would take hours. And even this still took hours. I think 117 games moving, if you say 15 minutes per game, that would be let's just say about 23, 24 hours. I'm not that crazy. Close, but not that crazy. All right, let's just try our luck. Let's go. Number 1. Okay. Interesting round. Moving pretty slowly right now. That is not good. Just show me what that is. Let's go Cochabamba. Interesting. That's not what I would have expected. It doesn't really look like Cochabamba. Let me just go this way. Come on. Rio Blanco. Cochabamba. Okay, this is really annoying that it stops every couple of seconds. I mean, I don't really know what to do about it. So we're gonna have to live with it. Okay, I'm not sure if this direction will prove to be of much use to me, but I'll go check out those signs quickly before returning. Don't give it to me. No, not that one. Cochabamba. Yeah, so I mean, we're obviously somewhere near Cochabamba, but okay. Let's just have a look. Uh, Probably not really. Can't really be there. Um, I'm very confused, which is not great. What do we have? They're all not great. This is town names. Oh no, Urbana, that's great. Very helpful. Rio Blanco. Is Rio Blanco the town? That might actually be the case. I don't recognize that here. Is that one of the towns up there? And that just somehow belongs to... there it is, Rio Blanco. Yeah, that belongs to Cochabamba? I'm surprised. Because I wouldn't have expected that to belong to Cochabamba at all. Now pinpointing. God, curve begins there. There's two streets, one north, one south. There's a connect. Well, this is just weird. Think. Got 42 seconds to think. I'm confident that it is Rio Blanco because now it actually makes sense with the way this looks. This is probably that street. So how far away is that? Got one side street here. Come on. I'm running low on time here. Move game, please. One sort of side street here, I think. Probably here. Although maybe... Actually here. I would... Yeah, okay. What on this... Wait. On this... Okay, that's just luck. Pretty much. There's no way to tell whether you're on the northern or the southern road because there is no northern or southern road. That's unfortunate. Anyway, round two. Could have gone worse. And oh, this is nice because this is El Alto. Ladislao Cabrera, oops, I'm in the right place, is one of the biggest roads in El Alto, and it's right this one. And see, Calle 137 Bolivar is right here. Let me just confirm. What do I need to confirm? I don't even think there is anything I would need to confirm for this. There's a pharmacy here, Laboratorios Vita. Yep, totally. Oh, it didn't even move. Yeah, all right. Are we on the main road? Hard to tell. We're quite far south, so maybe put us somewhere like here, but a bit further over there. We're very close to it, so maybe me here actually. Let's go with that. And first ace. That's nice. It's loading so slowly. And round three. Okay. This is odd. This is not something that I immediately recognize. And that it's not loading slowly is annoying again. Sorry for mentioning that all the time, but I have to. Well, I don't know. La Esperanza. I don't think that is a city. Interesting. I have an idea of where it could be, but I don't really have any confirmation for that. So I'd like to get something. Basically, I've got two possibilities. One is not too far away from the Rio Blanco area we had in round one, which I don't think it is, but it might be. And the other is sort of north of Santa Cruz. Oh, both of those are north of Santa Cruz. There's basically one long road that runs um, north of Cochabamba all the way across Santa Cruz and then towards the eastern border of Bolivia. Um, and we have to be somewhere along that. But I don't know where exactly, which is the problem. Colonia Newland. I've literally never seen that sign before. I've never seen that town before either. What are you gonna tell me? Nothing. Of course not. I'm tempted to go back, but this sort of looks like we're getting more information in this direction. We're closer to civilization in a sense. Colombian Newland. Come on. This one. This one. To me. San Jose. Okay. This is San Jose. 105. There's La Esperanza, but is it here really? No, this is the 10. It can't be. We need to be on the 4. But I think we might be quite far over here on the 4. Do we have any sort of town? Did we go past it? Come on. Come on. Zona Urbana, yes. Not helpful. Not helpful. Come on, I really don't have the time for this. There's a main intersection here towards Tunas. I assume Tunas is immediately to the south here. But would that make sense up here? Or just load? Can't see a Tunas. Unfortunately, that's really annoying. It's way closer apparently than I thought it would be. I should have just confirmed with the... what am I doing? This is 100 kilometers, so this has a... That was so dumb. Ridiculous. Tunas is up. Why the hell is it up there? Why is the sign pointing south if it's up there? Okay. Round 4. What is this? Looks familiar somehow. But I don't immediately know where exactly it is. Just tell me. Patacamaya. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's where it is. Is the river on the map though? I don't think it is. It is actually. So point it here on the river, click 5k round 5, and this, I know where this is, which up here. Don't know where exactly yet. We'll figure that out in a second. Going west is a bad idea on this road. I want to go. We're going east, and east is a bad idea. I want to go west. And we're sort of climbing the hill here. Started to ascend. And then there is this long curve, which sort of ends up going straight west. There should be, yeah, it goes down a bit to the south, then it should go up again on the other side, and then we start to go south. Come on. Yep. Off we go. All right. Where did we start exactly? There's a small curve over this way, and then there's a big curve here. Well, sort of big curve. It's just very slow. I don't think that restaurant is actually here. that fit? Or would we be up here? I think we might be up here. One curve to the west. One curve to the east. Two west. Two east. Right one. Then it's the big curve. One west, one east, one west, one east. Yeah, we are there. Am I gonna get any closer with this? I don't think so. Yeah, let's guess there. 148 meters. Okay. Well, we're not gonna win. Definitely not. Can't imagine that. What a stupid error. What a stupid thing to do. And this is why I never get above 24.9. This was not a difficult round. We go here, I see the sign, I check 100, 200. Okay, we have to go with the fingers even. You have to be exactly in this sort of area. I see, zoom in here. Okay, there's tunas. Yeah, very easy round. Go here. There's probably a sign for this here. Let me just check, but there definitely is. And then I just put it in the right place and I get above 24.9K. But because I'm fucking stupid, I don't do that. Is there a sign for it here? Of course there is. Of course there is. I knew there would be. All right. Well, let's talk about the other division seeds. We can click that as well. Go through them starting with 5, sorry. I think that would be what it starts with. Yes, 5. Pretty easy seed. Not the easiest. That was Division 1, but because it had one round. Actually, no, that was an easy round as well. Never mind. Which one did I have trouble with? 1 and 2. There's one. Oh, there's one. But yeah, I had surprising trouble with that one because it took me a while to find Huanuni. If you make it to the intersection, you find signs for Oruro and Potosi, which are, well, sort of in opposite directions of each other. So you kind of know you've got to be in this area. But it took me, and then there's a sign that says Huanuni 22 kilometers or something down here, I think. Or, no, I think it was up here and pointing towards down there. Yeah, once I eventually found Huanuni, this wasn't too difficult anymore, but I had to sort of confirm how far away these other places were, which wasn't easy to do, and eventually I put it a bit too far, a bit too close to this, because pinpointing in Bolivia is horrible, because this is a straight road with no features whatsoever. I kind of knew next houses somewhere down there, intersection somewhere up here, was somewhere in the middle of them. Yep. And round 2 was La Paz. La Paz is always awful. Well, not always, but most of the time. Eventually I made it up. First made it down here, made it up there, then was like, made it up here, made it over there. Once I made it over to this road, I kind of knew, okay, we had to be on this road because that's a pretty distinctive road in La Paz. But then it took me a while to find out that this was the stadium we had gone past, and then we sort of went down there, and I apparently miscounted intersections. Don't know how, but I apparently did. Let me actually, I'm interested in it. I didn't actually look at how I miscounted. Let me actually figure that out right now. I make that like this. Yeah, so this is intersection 1. Very clear. Where's intersection 2? This is intersection 2? I guess so. I missed that one. I counted this one and then the end. Okay, so that's the one I missed. I see. Round 3 took us to, yeah, to an area I lovingly dubbed Sri Lanka in Bolivia, because that's just what it reminds me of, the mountainous central parts of Sri Lanka. I can show it to you. But it's just sort of something that doesn't really appear anywhere else in Bolivia. And it's just, I can show you that on Street. It's just this small stretch of road that's covered here, and it looks all similar to that. I mean, I can show you up here as well. This is sort of what I mean, more so even than the area we actually had. this just to me looks exactly like I imagine the mountainous parts of Sri Lanka. And I also had this round in practice 2 or 3 times, but even without that, I would have still known we were in this area. That just made pinpointing in 18 seconds quite easy. Then round 4 was in Kamiri. You spawn right next to a sign saying you're near the bus terminal in Kamiri. For some reason, I thought we were actually in front of the bus terminal because the sign literally said you're in front of the bus terminal. We weren't, apparently. Let me actually see the side road. You can see here that's the bus terminal. Okay, yeah, I see it. Although it's still called this the bus terminal and not this where we actually apparently, where they've put the PY for the bus terminal. But yeah, I can see that side road and this side road. I just, didn't check all that closely. And then round 5 brought us to here, which is the intersection. It shows up a bunch of times because there's a couple locations there. It looks very distinctive, but the most important thing here is this intersection. If I don't just jump past, did I jump past it? No, I didn't. This intersection. This one, it's like the only road that goes off of this road apart from this one, but that just looks completely different. There's like 3 locations around this road. There's one here, and there's one at the intersection exactly. And there's a bunch more along that road. But so I've had this location about 10, 15 times. I've had it loads. So it doesn't take all that long to find it and figure it out. Division 4 seed was a bit more annoying. Round 1 was in the middle of nowhere near Sucre. Sort of up in the mountains there. I first made it down there, and then I got stuck in dead ends here because the coverage only goes here. Well, it goes here as well, but it doesn't continue. It only continues here to the main road. So I made it like this close to the main road, and then I had to turn around because I couldn't find my way out the dead ends, and then I went up here, and I made it this close to the main road again, and just didn't quite make it because I ran out of time. And yeah, I've never had that coverage before. It looks like dry area of Bolivia. Sorry, this whole area kind of looks like that. There's obviously differences depending on the road you are and the exact area, but the differences are so small that you can't be sure that if you get a random piece of coverage that you've never been at before, you can't be sure that it's definitely that one or that specific area. Round 2 then was in La Paz. Yeah, don't worry about it. Round 3 was over here, which was another annoying one because what did I see? I saw 4 cañadas, and I never seen that in practice. I knew we were somewhere on one of these roads, and yeah, apparently that's a main intersection. It didn't really look like a main intersection to me, but that wouldn't be the first one that doesn't look like that in Bolivia. I eventually went with this road. It was this one, yeah. Round 4 was where else would it be? I don't need to get into that. And round 5 was here near San Jose, in Paso, and you eventually just make it down here. And I just looked and was like, okay, there's the hotel. There was a sign, an advertisement for the hotel somewhere around here, so I just zoomed in and I was like, okay, there it is. I've been around this place a couple of times, so if I'd gone on for another 20 seconds, not even like 5 seconds, I would have known where I was anyway. And then pinpointing. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I didn't spend much time trying to, but there's no reference point whatsoever here, so it's pretty much still just luck. You can definitely get closer than 600 meters, don't get me wrong, but getting a 5K is not reliably doable, just not possible. Round 3, seed 3, division 3, started us off in Tarata near Cochabamba. Actually wasn't really sure where this would be for a while, I think, until I could read Tarata, and then it said there was a sign that pointed to a couple of cities in the area. I think it was a road sign that links a road together. Like you'd see this town, this city, and this city is connected by this road, and it mentioned Kliza as well, and I remembered Kliza from practice because that is a small city that is covered. So it's always always funny when you end up in a city in non-moving and it's not La Paz, Cochabamba, Santa Cruz, Sucre, Oruro, or Potosi, and you're like, I don't know this. What is this? Um, I had one of those instances with Cleese, so I remembered its name, and yeah, just the area sort of fit for around here. Round two was another easy one to get the area right, but difficult to pinpoint in a way. And you're now thinking, well, this is a main intersection. How can this be difficult? Let me show you. Yeah, so main intersection. Mm, sort of. And also there's this road here, which which isn't on the map either. Like, yeah. And I knew we were in a small town somewhere north of Koyana, and I just went with this one instead of this one because this actually had two roads to either side. But you know, Bolivian map. Um, and yeah, I knew we were near Koyana because there was a sign telling you you're near Koyana, multiple actually along the road, and they also mentioned Viacha, and this is just a typical. It's one of the few areas that just goes off the main roads quite a bit, and it looks quite distinct. It's very like as you saw there, it's very brown, very what's the word? Not dirty, obviously, but red soil. It's very wet as well, like wet in the sense that if you put water on a desert, that kind of wet. Um, so yeah, it's a distinctive area, but I just messed up pinpointing a bit. Round three had us on the road of hatred, I call it, um, because it is a road that goes from Villamontes. It goes all the way up here, makes a quick stop here, like this area isn't covered, then continues here up to here, and everything looks the same, apart from like slight stretches and obviously being in the cities like Kamiri as we saw earlier. Just all looks the same. The only distinction you can make, I can show you it right now. It all just kind of looks like this. And if I just quickly show you up here, sort of around, let's go around here. It still looks the exact same. It's just darker now because probably the guy had driven the whole day and eventually the sun went down. It's a bit cloudy as well. So it's looks exactly the same everywhere. But further north it's a bit darker. And yeah, there you can also see that gap in coverage there. And eventually I just went north. I found small little town signs. I eventually found Nankarainza. Then completely misjudged how far I traveled, as I usually do. Rank 4 was up here near Okinawa, which is one of the instances of which there are quite many where uh, Bolivian towns have weird names that I'm not quite sure where they came from. But yeah, I knew I was east of Okinawa just from how the landscape looked, but I didn't know how east. So I traveled west and I thought, okay, I'll make it to Okinawa and then I know roughly. Traveled west for ages until I eventually made it, and then I was like, traveled for a long, long time. Let me go east. It was like, go east. Oh, yeah, sure. There's the curve. So quite far east, and then I just pinpointing it, pinpointing in Bolivia. Uh, yeah, and then round 5 was near Sika Sika, which is one of the locations that you also get a lot. This is basically the same situation with this road as it is with this road, in that the whole road kind of looks the same, and it's very distinctive to every other road in Bolivia. Although I have to admit, I have mistaken. Is that even a word? I mistook this road for something up here before. I don't think I've ever mistaken this road for anything else. Yeah, I think mistaken is a word. The good thing about this road compared to the other one is that you've usually got lots of information. Like you've got all these towns, like Sika Sika is one, Korba is one, Konani, Ayo Ayo as well, where you've always, and I'll show you this quickly, you always have these overpasses like this one. And also, apart from these overpasses, that's one of the standout features. There's a river here that says Sika Sika. Or in this case, it's the bridge that's called Puente Sika Sika. But yeah, that makes it quite obvious where you are. And then, yeah, that's that one. And the Division 1 seed, which took me a whole 6 minutes, 43 for 24,981, because I didn't have pressure, pretty much. Round 1 was in Minero. Um, Relatively distinct town because it is quite red soil or red brownish soil, and it's a north-south road, which is quite rare to have this kind of soil in Bolivia. And it is actually a small town, so it's kind of like probably is Minero. It could have also been Saavedra. But I just walked through, and eventually down here there is a building that pretty much just tells you. I don't remember what did it actually say. I think it said Ingenio Minero, um, and then pinpointing in Bolivia. Now I can show you another instance of what's so annoying about it. There's houses there. House there. There's this. That also says Santa Cruz, by the way. I did not see that. Um, and then you kind of go, okay, we travel like a very short distance south, and there's this road that goes all the way across here, and this road that goes all the way across here, like this road here. There's some buildings. Gonna be here, right? No, no, just no. We had round 2. That was the round that took me the longest, by the way. Round 2 in El Alto, and yeah, we were on Avenida Ladislav Cup. What was it called? Ladislav Cabrao? Come on. Ladislao Cabrera, sorry. This one was near Calle 134, and I confirmed it with Calle 110, and then, yeah, actually got one right. Uh, right on. Round 3 was down here in Chayapata, which I actually, funnily enough, I mistook that at first glance for Patacamaya. I thought it was that, and then I made it down here, and I was like, this doesn't really fit. And eventually there was a sign for Chayapata. Um, yeah, again, annoying to pinpoint. Apparently this was the building that I was next to. Yeah, sure. And funnily enough, next round was Patacamaya. So I was like, okay, thank you for reminding me of the difference between the two. Game, yes, very nice. And pinpointing in Bolivia. There was a road right there. Don't get me wrong, there certainly was. It's just not on the map. Um, and then round 5 to finish it off was up here in Chimore. And there was a sign here that said Bienvenidos a Chimore. So I was like, zoom in. I looked for the bridge. How far away is it? And well, I apparently didn't zoom in far enough. I just sort of clicked at this zoom level, and apparently I clicked slightly off the road. Well, probably should have zoomed in further. But anyway, that's gonna be it for Bolivia. I don't think I'll win this game. Uh, it was just too big of a mistake. Can't see that. I can definitely see getting a bonus point. I don't know if it's likely, or I think it's possible. What were the rounds? Very difficult, particularly we had here in Rio Blanco, which wasn't easy, but because you have to zoom in quite far and you kind of want to know what this area looks like. Yeah, but still, it did say Cochabamba, so you wouldn't be too far off, I guess. But actually, if you guess around here, this is quite the distance, so maybe. I mean, Ice wouldn't make that mistake, I don't think, but other people might. This round was super easy. Round 3 was, yeah. I mean, it's not incredibly easy for a round. It's not that easy to pinpoint if you don't know immediately where you are generally. But it was a hell of a lot easier than I made it look. That's for sure. Round 4 was Patacamaya, no one should get that wrong. And round 5, I can see a couple people missing or messing up on that. You can see there a couple people already did. And yeah, so that I can maybe see a mistake there. It's a very distinctive area, as you can see from the fact that I immediately recognized it. But yeah, no, I don't see it happening. I don't see a win happening. That's for sure. All right. I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.